I'm dizzy. All right. So one of my favorite producers is London Elektricity. And here are 5 things I've learned just from listening to his music over and over and trying to just figure out what he does, his little nuances and everything like that, so I can, have a better idea of what I want to do with my own music. So, let's get going. Number 1, use live instruments. It's one thing to use like a digital sample, or not a digital, like a sample or something cut off in like a sample pack or like YouTube or something, but it's always so clean and so processed and so like right on the grid that there's no real like life to it. But when you use live instruments or live players, you introduce human error, which is more interesting to listen to than this something that's perfectly spot on every time. So what you can do is, record yourself if you play an instrument, record a friend, or maybe just sample something that's more live instead of digital and try to use that inside of your tracks. Like if you listen to any of his music, there's always a live element, whether it's strings, guitars, brass, or a singer. So you can like record somebody playing drums or record yourself. Like I have this guy, which I record all like guitar parts on. I can't play the guitar very well. This thing I've had since like 8th grade, 14, 13 years old, 25 now. It's not in great shape, but I can play it and then put enough effects on it to where you can't tell how shitty it sounds. When in doubt, use effects. But yeah, try to give that a shot. Number 2, don't be afraid to use your own voice. Either singing or just like recording yourself to make like ad-lib sounds, some oohs and ahs, some background kind of pad thing. Like if you can sing and sound good, more power to you. I cannot do that. I've tried and I just hate my voice. And most people do, because your outside voice doesn't sound like what you hear inside your head, because of like the resonances in your skull and all that technical stuff. But yeah, don't be afraid to use your voice. Like, for example, in his song, That Thing You Did from his Are We There Yet album, or Outnumbered from Syncopated Cities. Yeah, he sung on both of those. And I mean, for me, it makes the song more personal. That Thing You Did is, I think, about his wife. I think he said that on his podcast, and his wife wanted him to sing it. So see, because that, that story, the song was like a lot more personal, and you can kind of feel that as a listener. Yeah, just experiment when you're using your own voice. And like I said, like before, if all else fails, stack a ton of effects on it so you can't even tell it's your voice. No problem. Alright, number 3, second drops. Basically, make them different from the first. It's really easy just to focus all your energy and just concentrate on making that first drop really good. Then when you get to the second, like after that little break, you just want to copy and paste it, move it over. Don't do that. It's really lazy. There's so many, like liquid tunes, for example, that are really good. And the only downfall is that it's the exact same the entire time. And it just gets boring to listen to. Like when you DJ them or whatever, you're probably gonna play like the first half anyway, and then start mixing out, and you'll never get to that second half. But like for someone that's just listening, it's really just kind of boring. So try to switch it up. It doesn't necessarily be better or completely different, but just add some variation. It separates like a beginner from like someone more seasoned with more experience, and you learn as you go. So, number 4, record and sample everything around you, anything that sounds interesting. What I do is take one of these. It's a Zoom H4n, it's a little handheld recorder. I keep it in my backpack most days, and it's not a toy. Record, it's how you can record like your friends playing instruments or something, or you can record like some found percussion or something like that. Really just liven up your samples from that super digital clean sound to something a bit more gritty and with a bit more character.
Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shake it down now. Listen out to the full got her crying inside. Enough of each of them time. Check it out. Listen.
Lastly, licking himself again. Anyway, don't name things really boring. And that's a really bad way to put that. But like, if you're gonna name your song, name it something interesting, not too wild, but not just like Roller Number 2 or I don't know, Super Drop or something, some dumb. You know, like so many things are like This Kind of Sunrise or Great Day or Snowfall. I named my tune that. But try to name something interesting, because when someone looks at that, they're gonna remember something that's really cool or like ear grabbing before they remember something else. Stop. But just try to name your tune something that will grab people's attention. Because like if you're Googling something and let's say you, like if you name a song Heartbreak, if you Google that, there's gonna be a bajillion things that pop up before your song. Even if you put like drum and bass, you can put your name after it and it's gonna pop up with something else that isn't yours. Oh, what comes to mind, Noisia and the Upbeats, the song Shibuya Pet Store. You Google that, it's probably gonna go straight to their song and nothing else, unless they're like in Japan. So try to name things really interesting, because it makes it so much easier to find. Naming is like the hardest thing. I have like whole notes, list of names. The name is never really all that important anyway. It's more the song. But having a good name helps a ton. So give it a shot. All right, so that's just 5 things I've learned from listening to London Elektricity, listening to him talk, his music, all that stuff. And it's not like the only 5 is this. I don't want to spin here all day. If you like this, maybe I'll keep going with another list of 5 things for him, or 5 things from another producer. Like I have a list of other people that we can go through too, because you can learn something different from everybody. Like in my notes right here off the side, can't see it, trying to help myself stay on track. You have Caliber. The guy maybe releases a few tunes every now and then, but he's more known for the music he doesn't release. And then you get every year you get like a new Shelf Life EP, which has like 12, 15 tracks people have been wanting for years. You know, that's something you'll learn. Don't give everybody everything. But until then, hope you like this. So yeah, if you liked it, let me know. Didn't like it, let me know. Ooh, YouTube time. Like and subscribe, or you know, I don't care. I do care, but like it's not the point. Peace.